Hello, welcome back to Earle Wellbeing YouTube channel. Now, if you've been following me on my Instagram recently, you will have seen that I recently spent some time at the Buchinger Wilhelmi Fasting Clinic over in Marbella in Spain. I did a 12-day fast to trigger the process of autophagy. Now, this is a medically supervised fast and it's just extraordinary. I was actually at their German clinic last year and I really wanted to go to the Spanish one just to compare the difference. The protocol is the same when it comes to fasting. But in Marbella, they place a real emphasis on the mind and mental health. And I think one of the surprising things about fasting is the impact it has on your brain and how it kind of almost changes your consciousness and what you think about. It's really surprising, actually, the benefits, the mental benefits, as well as obviously the physical benefits as well. And in fact, they're doing lots of research into fasting as an effective way to deal with all kinds of mental health issues, ranging from low mood, anxiety, depression, to addiction, to even helping to ward off some of the degenerative disorders such as Alzheimer's and dementia, and the things that are just increasing and just so prevalent at the moment. So it's a really interesting area of discussion and research. Now, Buchinger Wilhelmi is actually a family-run clinic. It was started by Dr. Otto Buchinger. It's now being run by fourth generation family members, most of whom are doctors and medics and highly involved and very experienced and knowledgeable about the whole aspect of autophagy and fasting, whether it's long-term fasting or even intermittent fasting. And I was really fortunate enough to catch up with one of the great grandchildren to talk more about these links between fasting and mental health and give you just a little flavour of what goes on at this amazing clinic in Marbella. So I hope you enjoy. So I am very excitingly here with Katerina, who is the great-granddaughter of Dr. Otto Buchinger, this amazing man. So it really is family still very much involved, both in Lake Constance in Germany and here in Marbella?
Absolutely, yeah. We're a classical family business, now in the fourth generation already, if we count from Dr. Otto Buchinger, my great-grandfather, and yeah, now it's the fourth generation in both clinics.
Yeah. And one of the things that I was really interested to learn more about when I was here, particularly in Spain, was the mental health aspect of fasting. We all know about it for detox and weight loss and all of that, but actually what's surprising is the new research on what happens in the brain.
Yes, we're just going to have a congress, a medical congress, now in 2 weeks here in Spain, only in Spanish. But we're just preparing a big speech about the mental effects of fasting, or better saying the psychological effects, because it's not only mind, it's also psyche or soul even, what is affected. And yes, we have always seen all the generation of doctors who were in our clinics have seen that there is a big part that is somehow hidden, what happens while fasting, because people, of course, blood pressure goes down, you have a reduce in inflammations in everywhere, but also in the brain, and this makes you feel very peaceful, very calm. On the other hand, after some days also serotonin and other hormones go up, so you also feel a bit more cheerful, a bit more happy, and you are much more sensitive because, and this is a bit what we think, how we can explain it, you don't get any food from the outside. Your body is not trying to process all the intakes from the outside, so it can focus better. It can focus better on emotions, on thoughts. That is why, a lot of customers or patients, how we call them here, they tend to make very important decisions while they're here. We have so many interesting stories, like they sold their companies, they totally shifted their company's purpose, they divorced or got married, they decided on their business business, if they want to, for example, sell it, or if they want to have their children working in it. So a lot of important decisions that normally you don't have the time and you're not in the situation, you don't feel ready to decide about it if you're in your daily hamster wheel. But once you're here and you fast, because this really, it takes you into another state of mind somehow, into another state of emotion while you fast. They feel ready to take this decision here. It's very interesting.
I think what's interesting is it's not just the anecdotal evidence that you've seen here, and literally I know thousands of patients have crossed your door, thousands. You've got, I think, the largest database in the world on fasting patients, and with all medical records tracked daily, so it's a very, very important database. But there's new research showing that fasting actually improves brain plasticity, and it can create new neural pathways in the brain. And I think as we come to look more at degenerative brain disorders like Alzheimer's and dementia, then there could be a real place for this potentially for fasting, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And the main effect, if you want to see it from the physical side, is really the reduction of the inflammation. That's the most important effect that you can see all over the body. Why a lot of people come here, because they can get rid of the medications, they don't have any pain anymore, but also really your mind reduces the state of inflammation, has less oxidative stress as well. That's another research we have seen, the reduction of the oxidative stress while you're fasting. So it really takes you into a state of serenity where everything is connecting again, everything is getting in place again, and which is why you can focus much better. You're more creative, which is something that a lot of, for example, artists and novelists, etc., also uses. Chefs, important chefs also, uses for creating new pieces of art.
Yeah, new work.
Yeah, exactly, new work, exactly. Yeah.
Amazing. I just think it's so fascinating. I really resonated what you said about that serenity, and also fasting reducing inflammation in the brain and helping to produce serotonin.
That's the main conclusion, and that is what really we like to call it inspiration, but also transformation. So this is a process we see here while people are staying for 14 days, 21 days, etc.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz.